And we're neck deep in idler arm replacement. That's the old, which didn't come out without a fight. And there's your new. I've got Rock Auto. I went for the Moog. You generally can't go wrong there. And we got the gas tank tidied up, ground strap, and new fuel line. I replaced the fuel line that goes from the fuel line to the stub frame, which can be really a wrestle because access is not real good up in there. We're reattaching a fog light. The L is back on the ground. Need to address the issue of the rearview mirror, which is so wonky. And one idea is I've got a remote mirror set up from a 65. It's in good shape. This car did not have a remote. I need to get the door panel off anyway because the grease is so old in here that the crank windows work very, very slow. By the way, when we were under there, determined that the rear universal joint is the original. And the door panel is off. And I see it's got the vapor barrier. Interestingly, a lot of Nebraska dust. I'm a big fan of these plastic pry sticks for removing doors. I got this set from Eastwood. The door seems to be in very good shape. Let's see what secrets lie beneath the barrier. Well, if anybody has been in here before, I would almost guess I'm the first. A little bit of cleaning here to do. The door inside is just super rock solid. I see hard yellow grease. I imagine that's a large part of our problem. That latch mechanism is crying out for lubricant as well. I can do that. So let's unwrap the spare 65 remote mirror. It does appear to be in real good shape. And you see the mount with something here and here. So this is the mirror that had been on the driver's side, held on by a 5/32 Allen head, and that's its mounting. We'll take that off and see what's underneath of it. Well, that's what's underneath of it. I think I'm going to have to go look at a 65 that has a remote mirror and figure out what they did. So this is what I like to use in the windows. So I sprayed the lock mechanism and an inside lock mechanism. That is the door handle connection. You spray it around here and you spray it on the back side. And that's your window connection. That used to take 2 hands to do. That is nice. Don't forget your vent window. So we need to research mirrors for the 65. Let's see what I've got that can help. This is a set of spare doors off of a 65 Sport. Wow. That appears to be some sort of aftermarket mirror and is not remote. This is a 66 door. That's the mirror we're looking for. And I see it's remote. So I'm going to measure the distance, these two, and I'm going to go out and check it on another 65 just to be double sure. I think the key thing that we're looking at here is that the mirror is pretty much right in line with the vent window here. I measure, from here to here, 15 3/8. Now the 65, it's a different shaped base, so this distance isn't going to tell me anything. Again, it seems to be that the mirror is pretty well lined up with the vent window rear pillar. I'm going to remove this door panel and see if I can't get an accurate location for the main mounting hole. Be right back. Well, I thought the project had hit a real roadblock because that's a power window and the window was down, and of course they're not really practical. I don't know how I could raise it electrically, and I've got to get the window up so that I can get access through the door and up to that mirror mount. So I tried a bunch of things, and finally I just grabbed a hold of the window and pulled it up, and doggone thing went up. I didn't know you could do that. So with the window up, you can reach up to get to the, there we go. You see that stud there? It's got a 7/16 nut. And if you get that all the way off, you can get this to here. That hole is big and rusty. That's what that would have bit into. But you can see that this control cable head is never going to fit through that small hole. And you can kind of see this one's red. I think that might be yellow. I think this might be green. So if you pry off these connections here, then you can release the catches here. And you need the color codes so that when you put this remote back in, up is up and down is down. So I will label these, pry it apart, and that will allow me to snake this out of the door. And there is this thing disconnected. I said pry it apart. You don't actually physically have to pry these things. All you have to do is get the cable far enough to release off of this neck, and then the cable wire is thin enough that it will snake through this slot and freeze it up. I knew what I meant. So here's the door with the mirror removed. Here's the door with the mirror removed. Now I can't tell. Were these two holes or one? You're going to have a hole big enough for the diameter of the, hold on, here it is, of the mirror control cable to get through. I don't know if you're going to have two holes or one, or whether this door just might be Mick rusty. So, to the front of that hole, 12.5. And to the back, like 13 3/8. Well, this door has probably told us all that it can. Here's the gold L measuring the location of the mirror. Again, you'll see that it's right here. And I'm showing 12.5 to the front. And on this one, the location of that bolt is at real close to 16. All right, let me go check some others. And from here to the front boss, right about 12.5, and just about 16. And if you'll notice, the position of the mirror is parallel to the chrome trim, and again, pretty much in line with the vent window frame. The navy blue L measures the same again, and lined up here, and pretty much nice and parallel with the trim. And just as I was thinking none of my L's have a passenger side mirror, it appears that the Bob Hague L does indeed. It seems to be located just about the same, and again parallel, but I'm going to check. As I recall, I think from the driver's seat, this position is not all that great. I think this is blocked. But we're not doing passenger mirrors. Off to work. Yes, it's snowing. 10 days, we're going to be at the meet in South Carolina, We'll have to put up with this.